Adaptive Strongman.
Go.
Dave Walsh from Chippenham.
Josh Rucker, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Adaptive Strongman and the different categories and really the whole thing about it, what I'm learning. Yeah, we're going to definitely dive into all the different situations and more about the Adaptive Strongman. Now, I've trained for a couple competitions, but I ended up not going. I ran into some medical problems. Plus, today we're going to be talking more about the standards of the weights and stuff that they have, and really the disabilities that they have in disabled strongmen are kind of right now like all put into one category. It doesn't matter if what kind of paralyzation that you have, if you're paralyzed with high, if you're incomplete, if you're an amputee. They're putting everybody in a category, which, like I said, you got to go with what you got right now. Like, I competed like that back in adaptive CrossFit. Everybody was put in one category. I ended up winning the world championship back in 2018, but I was defeated and I lost every workout that had like strength. I won all the conditioning because I just kind of worked on that area. I was like, listen, if I can be conditioned, I can probably win a lot of these events. But the events that were more about strength, I lost because I just don't have the ability that an amputee or someone that is in my situation that is paralyzed, but that is incomplete. Incomplete meaning that they still have function in their legs. They can probably stand up. They can move their legs. They can use their hips, lower abdominals, and lower back. I have no function. I'm paralyzed right at my belly button. I cannot control my lower abdominals. I cannot control my lower back or my hips. So, like I said, I'm gonna be showing you guys a couple, exercises and how I modify and stuff, but I also want to show you guys some of their workouts and really just more awareness about the disabled strongman.
World's strongest disabled man in 2021
Go.
is
the guy you just seen is David Walsh. I think it's Walsh. He is like the world's strongest disabled man. If you pay attention, he has great back control in sitting up with that weight. That's a very heavy weight. Now I'm gonna show you a video how I do a deadlift like that. I gotta put my feet up on something and I buckle my body to a bench. I can't just sit on that little bench that he's got. I don't have function at all. Like, I'm all floppy, falling around. Like I said, man, I want to compete in that division, or I want to compete in disabled strongmen. But really, it's just, I don't want to end up hurting myself. There is the weights that they use and the things that they need us to do, like some of the movements, are just unrealistic for someone in my situation with the disability that I have. Now, I just showed you a video of me doing seated deadlifts with a bar. Do you see that where I put that arrow at, showing the block that my feet are up on? That gives me more ability in that situation of sitting like that. That's how I would need to be able to do a seated deadlift like that. All right, so now this competition that I want to do, that I was going to sign up for, it's called the America's Strongest Athlete with a Disability. Now, the weights that they have in here are kind of really unrealistic. Let me show you. So as I scroll down, you'll see where it says one monster dumbbell, what the men's seated weight is going to be. Now, let me explain this to you. If you look right there, I scroll down to it, boom, it's 250 pounds, 275 pounds, 300 pounds. Now, you can pick your weight that you want. So I just watched this past weekend, the strongest man on earth, the Shaw Classic, which Brian Shaw just had, and he had basically the 16 of the strongest men that are able-bodied in the world. Their top weight was 285 pounds. Only one person out of all 16 of those men actually lifted that dumbbell, and they're standing up with full ability and function. Couldn't even do that weight. And here we have 250 pound, 275 pound, 300 pound, one arm dumbbell press. Now, my max would be 300 with both arms, and I don't even think I could get actually 300. I could probably hold it above my head, holding it, but to press it, I don't even think I get 300 pounds up. I think 250 would be my max. But with one arm, that's way different than two arms. And I'm seated without any of that ability that I just have explained throughout this video. All right, here's the video from the strongest man on earth that was on pay-per-view that Brian Shaw, one of the world's strongest men in the world, put on this for this past weekend that just came in. Let me show you. On the left, you're going to see Tom Stolman, one of the top professional strongmen in the world, and the dumbbells that they're doing.
Things might have gone differently. He's got to keep fighting. He's in 10th place. That is not a position Tom Stolman wants to finish in. He's a good dumbbell presser. How much fight does he have left?
Now I'm going to stop the video. That was 240 pounds one arm. Did you notice how he squatted down and used his lower body to throw that dumbbell up? Now again, that's pure strength, but look at his ability. They're having athletes that are in my situation do these kind of weights seated and not even have that ability of using our lower body to like squat down and press it up. Let's continue.
Right there, his brother Luke is watching on, I'm sure, cheering his younger brother on, and Derwinski does get locked out, so he's now on to 255 with Stoltman. Well, Tom, let's see it.
Again, I'm not complaining. I just want you guys to see the kind of situation that Adaptive Strongman is kind of in right now and the things that are going on. You know, it's hard to say that it's going to change really, because right now we're trying to get it to the highest level. So they can't we don't have enough people participating in disabled strongman to be able to space the categories out like it is for adaptive CrossFit. When I first started to adaptive CrossFit, again, they put everybody in one category. Now it's different categories where you have hip function, no hip function, you have upper amputation, lower amputation. There's all these different kind of categories, but we have many participants in the adaptive CrossFit. We don't have all that in adaptive strongman. Hopefully one day, hopefully it keeps growing. I love it. I love watching strongman. I would love to do it. I love lifting heavy weights. You know, in my situation with my disability and my age, things that I have function with, I think I'm very strong. But again, you know, it's hard going against someone that has full function or had that ability of their lower abdominals or their lower back or their hip control. It just ain't fair. You can't complain too much about it because we're trying to get it up to that top level. And for us to keep growing, we have to start it off where it's at right now. So if I do a competition, I'm just going to have to deal with whatever happens. I'm going to obviously do the best I can, and I'm not going to, do something that I know is going to hurt myself. I'm going to give it everything I got. I hope this sport grows. I hope you can see more in the future of Disabled Strongman because, again, I love it. Everything else is growing. Where we are right now in 2024 is way more advanced than we were, back 20 years ago with people with disabilities, especially with sports and, the level of the sports that we have. The Paralympics are about to start. The Paralympics is the top adaptive athletes in the world in their kind of sport that they're going to be competing in. It can be powerlifting, it can be cycling, it can be swimming. You'll see people with no legs with swimming, no arms with swimming. They are unbelievable. These athletes are the best of the best in the world with a disability. Again, I appreciate everybody that's checking me out. Thank you so much for always giving me support and love for this channel. Again, I'm just trying to bring awareness and show you guys more of the different kind of, sports for people with disabilities and things that are out there really, because there's so much and it's growing every year. Again, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next vlog.
Okay, let's make some noise then. And come on, please. Come on.